Ain't it fun? Reviewing shitty songs of the year. Ain't it cool doing this podcast once a week that we release in a timeline but do multiple batches in a timeline. I mean, there you go. There's a reference. I saw Paramore. I was like, oh shit, they released music. Anyways, all right. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the one, the only, maybe the somewhat questionable, clearly a homebrew made production, knee-slapping K-pop podcast. It is your girl, Maria, with one of the shittiest cold opens of all time, here with the, let's do Elder first, with Sammi.
Hello.
And Kayla.
Hello. Elder.
We'll switch it up a little bit. Usually it's Kayla, then Sammi. I was like, let's switch it up. Switch it up. It's fine.
Do it in age order instead of the usual alphabetical.
Yeah, you know. That's actually a good point. Yeah, Kayla is, yeah, K and then S and then, well, I don't know. You get M too. It's, yeah. Anyways, so here's our second part of 2014. The pile of shit. The top 10 pile of shit stains of worst songs of 2014. We have a nice mix.
There's a variety.
It's a wide
There's probably,
variety.
I feel like if anything, there's going to be maybe a couple songs that some of you might go like, really? But the rest, I feel like you could probably look at these and go, okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple here I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, some people might have a problem with us, but the rest of it, it's fine.
I feel like I could see, other than like one or two, there are defenders for every one of these songs.
Oh, yeah.
So the one you defend, just remember, it's gonna be the one you think shit, someone else is gonna defend.
Well, it's definitely one I like unironically on here.
Do it.
There's one I like unironically on this list. So
I mean, I would say this is not our worst list.
Yeah, actually this year wasn't absolutely terrible, to be honest, music-wise.
It's not good.
Get to the top couple,
I mean, no, it's not amazing, obviously, but I'm like thinking, it could have been worse, you know? It's fine.
We've definitely had worse years for sure, but, you know.
I think this is more so a what the fuck is going on kind of year for some of these songs.
It seemed like there was a lot
like, what's happening? Why
what's
happening? Decisions made?
So many decisions were made. So many of them are bad.
And ironically, for one group, apparently they made a good decision and in this year, and then made a bad decision the other part of the year.
I mean, that's sort of
kind of what's happening with these lists. You're on both lists.
On these lists. Some of the best music of your career has to come at the same time, make some of the worst music of your career.
Yep. I don't know why that's a trend, but it is.
It's a thing that's happened multiple times on our best and worsts. But at number 10, we have Top Dog with their song Top Dog. 'Cause I am Top Dog. Top Dog. Top Dog. D-O-double-P, D-O-double-T. Top Dog. D-O-double-P, D-O-double-T. T-O-double-P, D-O-double-G, Top Dog with Asmodeus in the background somehow.
It's like Top Dog did really so good with like traditional Korean music, but then we brought in like the classical music, and now it is.
Yeah, then they decided
not even classical music. It's like a weird electronic dubstep classical music vibe.
Well, that's what they did with Ario. They made like electronic music.
Yeah, but that wasn't really dubstep.
And they did the same thing with like classical music, and then just decided to go real in on the dubstep. I had completely forgotten that this was like, if not peak, then like the middle of the dubstep era of K-pop, and how much I disliked it.
Oh yeah, so much dubstep.
It was so much dubstep. Oh my god.
I mean, I did have a phase. I did like a few Skrillex songs, I will admit. I'm just saying, there is decent dubstep out there. That dubstep is not coming from when you mix it with K-pop.
No.
Which is a very different genre than dubstep.
Very different.
That is true.
Yes, I will say, like, I'm very happy that the dubstep era never became an era
Yeah.
It was like a year.
It was, maybe two-ish years at most, I'd say.
But it wasn't what then became like your a good era, like the Tropical House era, which was longer, and then the noise music, which was longer too. So like, I'm happy it was not that long.
Yeah.
And even then, Skrillex ended up evolving with his music to a less obnoxious version of the dubstep along the way.
This was just
too much.
A lot.
They were doing too much here.
It's you gotta have a lot of confidence to make the chorus of your song just you saying and spelling your own group name.
Oh yeah.
And the words top dog, not super intimidating.
Not really. Not the most intimidating.
T-O-double-P, D-O-double-G.
Top dog.
Top dog.
Top dog.
They do that in their other songs too, but there was really a lot of it in this one.
But it's not like the full chorus, my mans.
Yeah. Yep.
And like I will say, like I kept saying on the good list, they are going for it. This is the peak drama. It's just unfortunate the song is that song to back it up.
Oh yes. It's quite a lot.
It was just too much.
They were doing too much here.
Also, classical music does not mix with dubstep. They are like antithetical to each other. I know they say opposites attract, but this does not work. Like, no.
That's not the way.
So clashing colors.
Classical music with dubstep was like, maybe we've gone too far. And I think they did.
You wanna know what else was a little bit too much?
This entire group's music as a whole.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All of it. Every single thing this group has released. So we're about to get to a group that will be on almost every worst list until the end of the year.
Oh man. You know what's funny? Because I actually kind of unironically like this next song. It's kind of a banger. A little bit.
I mean, here's the thing. They've done much worse.
They have.
I do not like a single song this group has ever made. I do not.
It's funny because
it's terrible.
The discussions later on will be interesting because there's definitive songs I absolutely hate from this other group, but there's also songs that I low key kind of like or love. Honestly,
trust me, Marie. I don't think the ones we picked are the ones that you like.
Well, hopefully not.
I don't think.
Hopefully not. We'll see. But
I don't think
one of them definitely not.
One of them definitely.
I think I probably one I've definitely complained upon.
Yep.
Anyways, back for this list though.
Yeah. So at number 9 we have "Sugar Free" by Tiara.
This was another one where I'm like,
what are we doing?
To be honest though, I will say the dance is giving me nothing.
Nothing. It's absolutely giving me nothing.
I can't
let's be honest. The vocals are giving me nothing, but being drowned out by the same beat over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. That's actually hammering itself into my skull.
All of their songs are like that. They're so like overbearingly repetitive, and they're not even, for me, they're not ever catchy. It's just the same thing over and over and over, like beating you over the head with it.
And the thing with this one is that this one just has a louder beat. They're being, honestly, musically drowned out by it. Like, they're not... The way this song was mixed is I think they are too low in it. Because all I'm hearing is a pounding bass.
The interesting thing, too, about this, though, is this was after that bullying scandal. This was, like, their second comeback after that bullying scandal. So it was definitely a weird time for them, I'd say.
It was, but, you know, musically, they were never that good. So it's not even that they had any... They can't go much lower.
The whole Tiara bullying scandal also was quite something.
Was a lot.
God, that was a lot.
We've already talked about it extensively.
It's Mina levels of, like, chaos, honestly.
Oh, yeah, it's too much. But this song, it's like, so much of their music, I feel like, sounds like this.
Yeah.
Not that, and like, they're clearly gonna they've done worse things, earlier in their career, because they've been around for a while, or they had been at this point, so. Wild times. But still, not good.
No.
For me, never good, but you know, other people love them, so you can do you.
And you do you, boo-boo. Love them whatever you want. We're not saying you're a bad person for liking any of these songs. Mm-hmm. We just don't.
We do not.
So number 8?
Number 8.
Oh, is this me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, totally missed it. Oh boy, number 8. We have had a discussion about this particular song in general. Here's a hint.
For scandal reasons.
For scandal
reasons, but also I think we've totally talked about it in the company review for this.
Oh, we've totally talked about its place in the history of K-pop. Yes.
Oh god.
But we've never talked
100%.
About it as a
song.
As
a song, we've never talked about it.
All I gotta say is this.
For its musical merits or demerits.
A number 7.
If you will.
Or 8, sorry. Good lord. Number 8. Jesus. I can't numbers. What are numbers anymore? Well, apparently, what were numbers for this group? Because they were already missing one member anyways before this. But la 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 la. It's Red Velvet with Happiness. Was that obnoxious enough? I don't know.
It was pretty obnoxious.
I mean, it was about as obnoxious as it is in the song.
As obnoxious as their hair styled. Oh god, their hair. Who did that to them?
We love only dyeing the bottom.
Who did that to
hair,
them? Why?
Like, only the bottom half.
Tragic.
What a
honestly.
choice that was.
It was.
I mean, at least it wasn't
choice.
Crystal's crisscross scissor hair thing she had going on for one of the early FX days. That was a shit show.
I have to imagine that this was a fucking rough job. In my mind,
100% it was a
yes, it was absolutely rushed.
This better have been the K-pop conspiracy.
The set looks so cheap for an SM music video.
Exactly. And also the song is so cheap for an SM debut.
Yeah.
Like the K-pop conspiracy theory that this was a rush job to get them out so that you could get distracted from all the scandals that were happening with SM members, of Jessica getting kicked out and then all the members of EXO leaving.
Yeah.
That better be true, because like I bet I'm like hoping that they didn't want to waste their like good debut when they only had 4 out of 5 girls. They rushed this shit together and then just threw and then slapped it together. I hope it's true, or else this is a disservice to Red Velvet. This is a disservice to everybody.
Yeah, we said this before too.
Including
I think Cake sounds way more like the debut song, and
it does.
Should have been the debut
feels
song.
Like a debut.
With Yuri included, should have been included.
Yeah, and also with just the way it's presented, with the way, I even think the way it's shot, the way, like, they're all styled, all of that feels much more like a debut than this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the only other haphazard thing they did us for was a cover of an iconic SES song, which, by the way...
Which feels like they could have done that as a pre-release.
I mean, it basically was a complete cover of the song, too, and then they just decided to credit the male rapper this time around. It's basically an ideal cover of it. The SES song, that was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all should listen to it.
Yeah.
But
like, realistically, this seems like it better have been a hack job if this was the plan the whole time.
Right.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. What a disaster.
I like to give them credit that this was a hack job.
I mean, it could have been more trash, to be honest with you, but like, it's the problem is it's just kind of
pretty
like...
bad.
It just feels lackluster. I kind of just listen to this, I'm kind of like, is that it? Really? That's the best you could have come up with?
Feels like it's
SM?
It is playing to none of their strengths. Like,
it isn't. No.
Like, the vocals are shitty because the song just does nothing.
Yeah, they like have Wendy
dance
strain her
so
fucking vocals
basic.
in this song. It's like, holy shit.
The dance is bad. The looks are bad. The video looks like shit. Any strengths SM has is not reflected.
And there was one thing that was playing this music video was SM starting to market their blob pink bear for the year. Apparently, they decided to do as a marketing tactic. Their blobby pink bear in this music video. I guess that's the only thing that they planned to market this group with was a blobby pink bear.
I don't think there was a lot of plans generally.
I don't think there was a plan in this. I think they just had like maybe they had the renderings of that bear they were going to use for something else. They were like, let's throw it in there.
Enough ready that they're like, yeah, we can put that out into a song that's cohesive, and that was really the bare minimum of what they had, and that's what they gave us.
And then on top of it, they also had the fact that they for some reason included the World Trade Center towers.
The other 9/11 imagery.
Look, This is how you know it was a hack jog. They had to make it so fast that no one was able to
No one double checked the
template.
9/11 imagery in the music video.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't expect Korea to really know that sort of stuff, but still.
Who decided to do that and thought that was a good idea?
I think it was added if it was just the weird plane imagery. One thing, the plane imagery with the actual 9/11 the actual awful headlines on those newspapers. Yeah. Too much. Too much. Two things too much.
Quite a lot.
Really is.
Quite a lot.
The song itself, though, I'm just kind of
it's annoying.
It's annoying, but it's also indicative of the style they would go for at some point, which they've done better. I was gonna say,
it's kind of the worst example of the Red Velvet style of music.
The red,
and it's their debut song.
I understand that they maybe didn't want to use a top tier song if they were only going to debut 4 out of 5.
Or just do a single.
But did they know they were only debuting 4 out of 5 at the time? Who even knows what they were doing at this time?
I honestly don't know.
It was a bad time.
Who knows what's going on?
And let's be honest, SM is cyclical because look at what's happening.
Look where we are right now.
Look where we are.
I mean, hell, it's funny because more EXO members are leaving this time. All CBX is peace, bitch.
Who are they gonna do now to distract?
They can't have anyone to distract. Well, here's the thing.
They did a Taeyeon debut because I think Taeyeon's having a solo.
No, but that was from before. I think they're gonna rush out that boy group.
They gotta rush out
rush out the boy group.
non-NCT Tokyo boy group because they already have
with
the kids.
all the members.
So we're gonna get that as soon as possible.
Probably.
To distract.
Wild.
It's all
I mean, I guess if there's one good thing, SM's finally releasing a new boy group. Thank God. I thought I wouldn't live to see the day, but
boy group, which is thank God we're leaving that behind finally.
Although apparently, I guess we're still gonna get NCT Japan somehow. So
supposedly, but they took out all of their founding members for it. So used to say what's going on there.
I think the way they're gonna do NCT Japan, because I don't believe anything SM says anymore, is just that Dream and 127 will continue to have Japanese releases.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
SM used to be semi-believable when they gave out this is the company's plans for the year. And now I feel like they're worse than YG where it's you cannot believe a single thing.
Well, to be fair, they were just acquired by Kakao, so who knows? There's probably some bullshittery going on there. I wouldn't be surprised.
SM's a mess this year. SM's been a mess for a while, but an extra mess this year.
I mean, it's to the point that people are definitely more blatantly criticizing the handling of aespa and their concept now. So there's that.
And we were on that train long before that.
The newer songs are sounding better from them though, and they make more sense. I'd say,
but I also don't think that the management hasn't improved.
Oh no, I don't think the management has improved at all there. No. But anyways, to rope it back to happiness, it didn't make us that happy, unfortunately. So you failed. You failed to make us happy, SM.
You did. And also, this next song is very similar, weirdly.
In a weird way, it is.
Worst version of it, honestly.
Worse. That's why it's higher on the list. Yeah. The same vibes are the same.
Yeah.
Because at number 7, we have Strawberry Milk with Okay. So this is
Strawberry Milk, by the way, is the twin, and I mean literally identical twin subunit of Kpop.
Literal identical twins.
Yeah, was it Wei and Cho and Wei or whatever their names are?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know their name.
For clarification, none of them procreated with Moon. Was it his name? Moon Hee Jun.
Moon Hee Jun, yeah.
None of them procreated with her. It was another chick who did in that group.
Not those ones.
Not the twins.
Not those two, but they are they are. In the growing number of twins in K-pop.
Yes.
They are also, I think, the only set of female twins in K-pop. The rest of them are all male, I think.
I don't know about only, but they're at least the only ones I know that are identical female twins.
Who are the other female twins? Can't think of any.
I can't think of any, but I can't think of male. I can only think of male twins.
They're probably. I think
that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I know that there's sisters in the music industry, like Beepy, and then her sisters in that.
But that's different. I'm talking twins because I can think of 2 sets of male twins at least, and I know that there are more. And I can only think of one set of female twins.
Right.
Because the 2 sets of male twins are the one we want us twins.
And then the boyfriend twins. Yeah.
Neither of which are identical twins,
Right.
I don't think.
I don't think
boyfriend
so.
twins aren't identical.
I don't think so.
And the one we twins, the
definitely
one us one we
not
twins,
identical.
definitely not identical. But yeah, so these are our 2 twin girls. They are doing it's a crayon pop subunit. It's exactly what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah, definitely
and
what
it's
you
as bad as you
expect
think
out
it's
of
gonna
a
be.
crayon pop subunit.
It's a quirky crayon pop subunit that I don't know if it hits as well as a regular crayon pop comeback, honestly.
It just is so
It's so much. It's so much.
Like, it's just the word okay a lot. It's just a lot of jumping. It's like watching
they literally do dress themselves like strawberry milk boxes, so there's that.
It's
even true to the name.
Yeah.
Like, I now understand. Watching this video, I can only think of, God damn, being a mom of twin toddlers. Sounds like hell.
I feel like the only way you could solve that is if they're
like they're not toddlers,
if they're identical. I feel like your best way has to be you got to coordinate clothing. You got to be like this one's gonna get this clothing.
Just the clothing aside, I'm just talking about like having one toddler who jumps a lot is a lot, and then just picture 2 of them, 24/7.
Oh god, yeah,
always there because they're kids. They need supervision. They can't be left alone.
I mean, it could be worse. Could be 8 of them.
There's 2 of them. Always.
Could be 8 of them. You know. Like that Octobomb.
But yeah, no, it just seems too much.
It's a lot. It's like crayon pop is it's doing more crayon pop stuff, but it's like
and the thing
too
it just
much.
Seems
it's
a
like
we've
gone too far with it a little bit.
And the one thing I give this, why I think I don't like it about is like what crosses over because we don't have that many crayon pops on our worst crayon pop songs on our worst list. I think with me, this almost feels like it's crayon pop. But more infantilizing.
Yeah,
honestly,
they look like they're dressed like
really do look like children.
Yeah,
in this one,
like they were always young looking. Then they're very young looking, but like with the outfits, with the concept, with the song, it just like when I compared them to twin toddlers, I felt like I was watching up some twin toddlers.
Oh yeah,
what like some toddlers and tiara bullshit or something?
No, just like two toddlers, like normal kids just wandering around having fun, but like they like toddlers.
They might be short too in real life. I have no idea.
They probably are, but like I think with the outfits, with the song, with everything else, it just has that vibe.
Yeah.
We just keep saying too much, and that's
all
I
really
can say
what
about
it
this
is.
song.
It's just the whole thing is it's a lot of the same thing, and it's too much the entire time. Song very one note, and the way of it is just the same thing. The whole way through.
Over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
Much like the Tiara song being beaten into my brain.
Yes, very similar in that way. Next, we have a song that we probably would not have remembered given recent events of this year.
They brought it up.
Also, thanks to DareDB for some reason being a big fan of this group. No shade to him,
oh,
but
no,
like
we
he's
have
an old
K-pop
fan.
We
have this here for completely separate reasons. Completely separate reasons.
We remembered this song because they themselves chose to put themselves back into the
make themselves relevant in the year 2023.
Also, fuck this group's company they were from because the CEO is pure evil. I'm just putting that out there. Look into it eventually, but
feels about correct.
Yeah. Not these guys themselves, but their CEO, fucking evil bastard. Anyways, continue.
So at number 6, we have DGNA with Really Go.
So I can't believe they forced them to embarrass themselves this much in Japan. That's just embarrassing, honestly.
I can't believe they forced them to put this on the internet.
I can't believe that they had to make this just generally any part of it.
This has to be embarrassing. This has to be something you regret at some point in your life.
They have to regret this. Like, what is? It's just how
do you show this to your kids when they're like, "Dad, what were you like as a young person?"
Yeah, and then you show up
here, son. Watch this.
Hey, son, I'm a glittery animorph. I'm a glittery animorph. That's what I am.
Oh boy.
You have never, trust me, listener, you've never heard of the song. I know that. Look it up.
Yep.
It's worse. It's bad. It's a lot.
Not good.
You know how
we have it on here because DGNA decided to go on peak time.
And we were forced to listen to a lot of
and then we remembered
them a lot.
that they existed, and then we went back and we found this song,
and then apparently they were kicked out because one of them just so happens to be friends with an AV actress.
Yeah,
because apparently it's so bad that he's friends with an AV actress, but you know,
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
but with this song, you know how I said in our best list that one of the good things about second gen idols is that they went 110% into a concept.
Yeah. Well,
I think I regret
we
my
are
decision
doing
to
that,
say
but
that.
like in a bad way.
In the worst way.
I feel like a lot of the songs, like we're gonna get to, are also doing that, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
They're going real hard into a concept, but not in a good way.
In an arbitrary way, this is almost camp, but in the worst,
in the bad worst way that a thing can be camp.
Like, this is camp. It's not campy enough to be so bad it's good.
No,
the other
it's
thing
just
I will warn anybody that goes to look at the song, for some reason it is very loud.
Yes.
Just mixed very loud.
So loud. For no reason. But it's like, we are in the point in time where it's like, when we go back and find these music videos, and they're in like really bad quality.
And that's just the quality they were uploaded in.
That's just the quality things were at this period of time in K-pop.
But like, it's just so much. Like, they're yelling. They're in feathers and like spots and fur and shirtless.
It's too much.
And in a lot. And there's bad hair, and there's shit in their hair, and there's weird extensions.
I mean,
and there
not
are
literal
scarves.
shit, but at this point, it might as well be, honestly.
It might as well be. You don't know that. There's a lot of things in their hair. Also, thank God they went the animal route, because also some of the shit they're working with could, like...
We're in like borderline problematic territory.
Possibly. They were teetering
like
very close to the line.
Real close to that line of it being really problematic.
Teetering. Yeah. There was a lot going on.
But they stuck with the animorph vibes, and that was probably for the best in a
one of them just
sick
has
way.
leopard spots painted, which seems annoying.
Yep.
They got weird makeup. They're just screaming.
It's a lot.
The song is bad. The song sounds like shit.
Song is really
so
bad.
Loud, unbearably loud. It's embarrassing to everyone involved. I feel
Wait,
bad.
Can you repeat that, Sammy, in a
Mm-hmm.
thicker accent? Because it's deserved, because we need to emphasize this. It's really embarrassing. It's really
very embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
It's
unbelievably embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. I would die.
It's embarrassing to everyone involved.
I feel like this would be like me being naked on video. This is like, if I was forced to do this shit, I would be like that.
Honestly,
embarrassment
I feel
level.
like, weirdly, I feel like, you know, there are more reasons to be naked on video
than this,
and more like
this video
than to do this.
You know, somehow,
like, at least if you're
is it bad that OF sounds a much more palpable, suitable role than this shit?
No, the thing then. O and F?
No, like OF.
Only one of.
Sorry, I said OF.
Only one of.
OF, OnlyFans.
Oh,
no?
Okay.
Oh, OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was like, OnlyFans sounds more respectable
saying?
than this shit at this point.
Hey, at least you're getting paid directly for OnlyFans.
And technically, it's a paywall too.
These people got made pennies on this.
No, probably.
They might not have made any money on this. Given that I think nobody saw this.
Yep. I don't think anyone did.
So yeah, they'd at least have made more money on OnlyFans.
Oh boy.
Also, how sad is it that in K-pop now you accidentally say OF, and I'm like,
there's like 4 K-pop
ONF?
ONF?
Only one of?
Yeah, it's like,
who are we talking about? That's we've reached the point of so many letters.
OF. There's too many goddamn acronyms these days. Anyways,
a lot of acronyms. We're leaving the 3-letter acronym era of K-pop, though. So.
Well, we're not leaving 3-word titles behind, though. We still got more.
No, now this current trend is we're going to put 3 words together. Instead of the acronym, we're just going to put 3 full words together. And
you have to say the whole thing.
You say the whole thing at once, yeah.
That's
the era of K-pop we're in now.
Jeez.
Moving on to more acronyms.
Yep. Oh, look, another debut. Oh boy.
This debut.
Oh, a joy.
With worse fashion sense. God, they were a decade behind. Is this me?
Yes.
Oh boy. Well, maybe this was the beginning of JYP's choices for their boy groups, at least in my opinion. For one group these days, it seems like a lot of people would disagree with us. But anyways, coming in at number which one is this? 1, 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 6.
5.
No, 6. Right?
This is 5.
No. Oh,
this is 5.
Oh shit! It is 5. Me not being able to count. I mean, this should be honestly a threat at this point. Number 5, which ironically was skipped over the number in their name. Unfortunately, it is GOT7 with girls. They apparently love them.
Girls, they love me. Girls, they love me. 어려서부터 계속 죽여왔니. 난 나타나기만 해도 그는 바라보기만 해도 그니 숨쉬기만 해도 Girls, they love me.
It might be true to an extent, but I mean, we did not love this song.
There's so many things wrong with this song.
A lot of things.
So to get the song
here
out of the way, the song bit. I hate that we finally entered the swagger era of K-pop, where the word swagger happens
it's just
and
here
exists and is a thing we
here
use.
Often.
Swagger, swag, the shoddy era of K-pop, which I also hate.
GOT7 will then go on to make a song called My Swagger.
I know they do,
Japan,
and it's also garbage. But that means that if we had counted Japan the way we count Korea, these lists would all just be Japan only songs. Let's be honest. But so that's the song. Shitty, bad. I feel like it is all of we're not the biggest fans of GOT7, but there are things that GOT7 does okay. I think that their vocals are fine. This leans into none of the strengths, only the weaknesses.
I know.
All the weaknesses.
All of the weaknesses.
So that's the song part. 2, the styling.
Ooh, the styling.
Fuck are they wearing?
Oh man, the styling.
They look like.
Let's put it this way: Seraphim has shown us how you do branded clothing that you wear.
Well, this wasn't even merch.
Granted, it's 10 years later. Thank God it wasn't merch, because this was ugly as shit.
This wasn't merch.
Thank God.
They just look like garbage. Their hair is
granted,
garbage.
BTS did also. They probably took a page from BTS when they first debuted, because BTS had some interesting self-created fashion choices.
The weird, almost pseudo camo situation was a choice.
The brown
really
too. Like, why brown?
The
brown.
It's like
you want to look like literal
brown.
shit plaster on you? Like, come on.
Also, the hair, garbage. The jewelry,
a lot of flipping
garbage.
too. A lot of pseudo flipping gymnastics kind of going on here.
Well, at debut, GOT7 was really into Jackson and Mark being able to do acrobatics.
Flips.
They're too old now for that.
Yeah, they don't do that very much.
It also kind of got old real quick.
Yes.
But, for the most part, it just felt like nothing of what GOT7 would go on to do successfully. Because the other thing with GOT7 is GOT7 has a very particular charm. And badass, womanizing go-getters is not one of them.
No.
Is not the charm.
No, it is really
No.
not
It does
the charm.
take
It's
GOT7
really not their charm.
a full debut trilogy to get out of this weird style of music they're in. Because this and then Stop Stop and they're all similar in a way.
Their comeback actually was
A
was pretty solid. Actually, I thought
A is okay. I think A is them trying to more finding their style.
Yeah.
I think A is a little more thing, but then they go to
Hajima,
which I think is
yeah,
bad.
Hajima was.
Man.
No, Hajima was a
Stop It is
mess with that
bad.
electronic.
It's a mess.
Oh god, that was terrible.
I don't know how.
It seems like they
didn't
hated
put
it
that
too.
song
So
on
you
one
know
of our
what? The
worsts.
feeling's mutual, I guess. But from what I heard,
That
a lot
had
of
to
them
be
hated that.
Such a bad year for us not to put that song on one of our worst
God.
lists, but otherwise.
Yeah.
But back to this is truly again. I think the debuts are always hard. And I think that you don't know what a group is going to excel at.
No.
But the thing with debuts, you also have the most time to find it. And I feel like they just picked this concept and we're like, you're doing this. And I'm like, it fits none of them.
No.
All of the strengths are not there. It is only weaknesses. Because one of GOT7's biggest weaknesses is their rapping.
Yeah, but I don't think
always has
I
been.
don't know if they ever figured that out. Is that the guy?
They never did.
Yeah, not
It
really.
was, but did they really not know it?
But also, did JYP really ever figure out rapping fully? Some people claim,
apparently, according to the people, they did, but according to us, they did not.
Well, for at least one group, they claim it did happen. But the other JYP boy groups, I don't think we can say that. Really.
I mean, I will give it this. This was the second JYP boy group.
True. That is true.
I keep forgetting that, actually.
Yeah, it was only their second group.
I mean, unless you kind of count 2AM, but 2AM's weird.
2AM, I don't think was like 2AM is the redheaded stepchild of JYP.
And that they kind of were like, big hit, manage them, big hit. You need
them.
practice.
We don't want them anymore. I don't think 2AM
big hit.
would
You need practice managing them.
Group.
Thank you, Bon PD, for helping create songs for what's their name? God back in the day. Here's a group you can manage for your new company.
Here's a group for you. Here's a
that
gift.
was
but
2AM.
Here's the thing. I don't think 2AM would consider themselves a JYP group, and JYP definitely does not consider them a JYP group. Anytime you see like a JYP like compilation or a medley or anything, they ain't never covering 2AM songs. So
yeah, true.
GOT7, the second group, I would say.
Yeah.
Second boy group, I would say.
And very different than 2PM. Like, they were very clearly never going to try to turn GOT7 into 2PM.
Here's the thing.
And thank God
never
for
hit
that.
the heights.
Yeah.
Thank God. Never hit the heights.
Well, I mean, to an extent. They definitely got attention overseas, so I mean...
Oh, no. I mean musically.
Not in the way
I mean in terms of quality.
Yeah.
I mean in terms of quality, not in terms of popularity. In terms of quality, JYP has yet, in terms of quality of music, has yet to beat their first boy group.
Yep.
I will
in my
say that.
opinion, yes. Other people would argue for sure.
In our
but
I
our
can only
opinion,
speak of my own
agree.
opinion.
Yes.
I can only speak from my perspective.
True, yes.
And
I'm just being careful because
have...
I'm aware of the boy group we're trying to tiptoe around.
Yeah, at this point, I do not care. I could not care.
The problem is we're recording this right around the releasing 5-star, and it's kind of like a little bit chaotic right now.
By the time this comes out, 5-star will be out for a month already.
True.
Everybody will have forgotten.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that weird association that I always hear where apparently loud and chaotic equals good. And I'm kind of like,
well, that's been the Stray Kids aesthetic from day one.
I mean,
and it only worked
they
like
do commit. They do commit
us.
to the aesthetic because I guess it
commit.
does economically work for them.
And
to be fair,
dear God, am I hoping 5th gen leaves them behind because
we can't have this
looking like it will.
I mean, I don't think there is too much in 5th gen
Again,
of this going on, so which is good.
No.
Yeah, we can just keep it to them, and call it a day.
Well, moving along to something else that is loud and in your face.
Yep.
So at number 4, we have Psy featuring Snoop Dogg with Hangover.
Hangover.
I mean, objectively, it's a bad song, but also it's kind of iconic for Snoop Dogg being
involved. This is like kind of camp.
Kind of fun.
It's kind of
camp.
No,
this is the most camp.
It's like, what was so funny about this is when we were making this list, we put this at number 4 purely because Snoop Dogg is here and having fun.
If Snoop Dogg was not here, if it was any other person, this would be number 1. Snoop Dogg playing the straight man to Psy's insanity is the most fun I've had.
And honestly, thank God Psy ended up choosing Snoop Dogg for that American influence in the song. Well, thank God
Snoop Dogg is the one that accepted.
Right.
Because
there's
gotta be, it's a very particular American rap style, rapper, that would fit into the insanity that is Psy's videos and music of this era.
Yeah.
I feel like that you need a very specific mix, and Snoop Dogg is that mix. Snoop Dogg living...
This is Snoop Dogg in his era of being like, I'm gonna feature wherever, whenever, because peace,
whoever
love, and
pays
rap,
me
I
is
guess.
where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what? I live.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg in his, I think, right before his Martha Stewart cooking show, too.
Yeah.
This was around that era, too,
and this
was
was after he also did California Girls with Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
This was after California
a little bit
Girls.
after, a year or two after, I think. I'm pretty sure. Whenever
this is
that was
2
released.
years after Psy had the success of Gangnam Style.
That's true.
So, truly, this is the Psy American era.
Yes.
Which Psy later comes to kind of not regret
has
but
a lot
regret
of
some of the things
he has a lot of
did.
regrets about this era of his career for
did.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can tell he definitely created the song to try to get more of that American audience. But
well,
like
this what Gangnam Style does earnestly and by accident, which is the fun, over the top, campy, like very in your faceness of it, that is earnestly done and with no other intentions. This is trying to manufacture.
Yeah.
You can see the, like, oh, this is that part of Gangnam Style, this is that part of Gangnam, like, you can see the correlations there.
I mean, if anything, it might be a great advertisement for trying to go on a drinking trip to Korea.
I mean, I want to go drinking in Korea right now, but that's a thing I've wanted to do for years now. But on the other hand, they make it look like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they do, honestly.
And then you just get, surprise. Maybe when you're at karaoke, you'll also have a surprise G-Dragon.
Yep. Show up.
I forgot that G-Dragon and CL are both in this music video.
Yeah. Which makes sense because Psy was still part of YG at the time, and he got popular with Gangnam Style under YG for I think he just got out of the military and he was trying to recuperate from that scandal and something else was going on.
But no, this is absolutely like almost in an ironic sense. This song is too good to be on one of our worst lists because it's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun. The entire song.
It looked like they actually had fun though filming it. I will say it looked like they had fun filming it.
Here's the thing. That song, while watching the music video, a great time. Listen to that song on its own, I probably have a shit time.
Bad.
We can't deny the song's objectively
it's objectively a bad enough song that even as much as we think it's a fun time, it's number 4 on our worst songs of the year. Like
here's the thing. If you replace that song with a weird special of Psy and Snoop Dogg going to like a Korean street market and drinking a lot, I'd have more fun probably with that one.
Yeah.
Like, I just like seeing Snoop Dogg and Psy have a good time.
Yep.
That's what's saving it.
Everything about it musically,
also,
though.
Who's gonna pitch that to whatever streaming service wants to do that show?
Yeah.
Because that'd be hilarious.
That'd be fun if they revisited that again, but...
That'd be, like, Snoop Dogg traveling the world?
Yeah.
I'd
watch that, probably.
Trying food and drinking? Someone get on that.
Yeah.
Pitch that to Hulu.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing he can't bring weed with him, that was the only problem. So it's like, what else can you do?
Not into Korea, but like...
Or Japan.
I'm talking the
Korea
world.
and Japan.
Or Japan.
There's a lot of countries you probably can't bring that in.
Send him to Europe. Smoke weed every day.
I mean, Amsterdam would love him probably for that.
Thrive, Snoop Dogg. Always
honestly, Snoop Dogg, go to Amsterdam, have some fun. Honestly,
go to Korea, drink some. Like, who's gonna trip the Snoop Dogg travel show?
I mean, I would be here for that, honestly. Snoop Dogg travel show. Drag Martha Stewart with you, and then you have Eat Around the World. Eat and drink around the world with Martha Stewart.
Make that duo come back.
Yeah.
And travel the world together.
Yeah.
Now that we've pitched
Drag Cylon
Snoop Dogg travel show.
It would go viral every week. Whatever he says, it would be amazing.
Snoop Dogg also not going to be the last Western artist on this list.
Also not going to be the last time GD and CL are on this list.
Nope. Speaking of which, we got 3 more to go, so...
Yep. All right, so at number 3, we have Come Back Home by 21.
Come back home.
Ugh. So on its surface,
look, I listened to this a lot because I was just happy that 21 was back in the day. But also, I cannot deny they sound lifeless. I can't.
This
song is also just wildly confusing. What's happening? This is one of those songs where there's 4 different songs in one song. But
also at the same time, they're so I understand the dystopia vibe of the video. Why do they sound like they are in a hopeless dystopia in the vocals?
Yeah, the vocals
they're
are rough.
I understand that it's probably trying to be longing, but they just kind of sound like they don't care.
Like robotic in a lot of ways.
Like robotic.
Intentional, but like sounds bad, yeah.
And it
then
kind of sucks because ultimately this would end up becoming some of their last music besides their final single.
And then you get to the actual chorus, which is a very robotic comeback home. Ugh, not good.
Not good. It's bad. This is first time 21 is gonna be on one of these lists, but not the last.
It is not. So, but also, it just feels very lifeless and slapped together.
Mm-hmm. I've always thought this is a wildly confusing song. Like, I do not know what's happening here. Like, it's just
there's no clear vision with it. I think this was sort of the era of K-pop where they thought this was the beginning of the electronic and loud means good era. I think because I think as you looked at this list, there's a lot of there.
Yeah, I agree.
And this isn't loud. This isn't super, but there's parts of it that get loud.
Mm-hmm.
And that get electronic, and I'm like,
I feel like YG in particular too really dove
YG
into
roll
the
into dubstep.
Roll
into the dubstep.
God.
And we saw where that gets some with us.
Yep. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. I don't know. It's very that's the thing with it. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
that's
the main thing.
A lot of
very
clear opinions on it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that in hindsight I'm just like, you see it with Blackpink too, frankly, but it's kind of like I wish they had better promoted singles too, especially with how short of a. Actually, they might honestly. I'm curious if they have more songs than Blackpink. Honestly,
they do because they had full albums. They had a lot of full.
They had
albums.
a couple. Well, they had a couple full albums and they had a couple EPs. But
that's what I'm saying. They had more. They had way
they
more
did.
Full
They
albums
did more
than Blackpink
singles,
did.
I think, too.
What I'll say about what I will give. There's always the comparison between 21 and Blackpink. But what I will give Blackpink is at the very least, I think that Blackpink had a more clear concept.
Yeah.
Did they ever stray from 21, even with this, is doing something different than what I would call a traditional 21 concept. 21 had a little bit more variety than Blackpink does, but Blackpink has a more clear concept. And whether or not you put one over the other, that's up to your preference of music.
And apparently that exclusivity's working because Jennie's going to be on The Idol with The Weeknd, which I think is
that's bad
actually
for
not
her.
Released.
That's a bad
thing for her. Like that shows a disaster.
I have not watched it yet. I think it's released. I think by this point it will be released. I'm curious how
it has been released. I think it got released yesterday as of recording. I think yesterday.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I heard bad reviews from the Kang.
Oh, it's apparently
it's bad,
extremely abusive.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
It sounds like what I'm hearing is that the original female director probably had a better show with this, and that Sam Levinson dude who created Euphoria is a fucking creep. Sounds like.
Yep. So
I just honestly want to watch it just for the Jennie parts alone. Honestly, I don't care about anything else.
We can watch that part on Twitter in 2 days.
True, fair enough.
I will refuse to be a part of that show.
That show not good in any capacity.
Nope. Alrighty.
I can't wait for the YouTube essays for that because I'll probably just end up watching a YouTube essay on the show.
I also would like to, and back to this song, or just 21 generally for a hot second, I would like to remind everyone how YG just referred to this entire group as ugly their entire career.
Constantly?
They also did have a song called Ugly that they promoted too.
And YG the man specifically going out of his way in recent years to claim that, we're focusing more on visuals now, as if just calling every single person he's ever had in his company ugly.
Calling
even Blackpink. Bitch, have you seen Blackpink?
Well, also calling Blackpink at the beginning of their career the pretty 21.
Yeah.
Which
just,
and now calling Baby Monster the sir.
With a 13-year-old in the group, by the way, which is about the same age he first saw his wife, technically.
Oh boy.
So there's that
that's
too.
The other thing. Look up always
that too.
Anytime we bring up YG people, look up how YG met his wife.
Yan Young Suk is a creep. He's a super creep.
I'm at the point where I cannot watch any content from YG Entertainment anymore because now that his face is out in the public again, I'm just like, I can't do this. I cannot look at this man's face anymore.
Here's the silver lining. Icon left.
Icon did
the best group that company ever had, and I can only speak for me and Kayla, but we agree that Icon,
gone.
best group that company ever had, is now free and on their own.
They're free and honestly look like they're having the most fun they've ever had in their career. So super happy for them.
So happy for them. Also, yeah, unpopular opinion. Icon, best group battle YG.
Yeah.
By a mile.
By not even close, but it's fine.
But yeah.
But yes. Now on to, speaking of creepy things.
Yep.
Is this my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Speaking of creepy, it seems like we're getting some deja vu, because unfortunately it seems to be a repeat of 2015, unfortunately, with questionable, borderline, really bad, sexy new girl group concepts. Because at number 2, we have 4L with Move.
I want to point
all
out
I gotta say is this softcore porn? Because I'm starting to think it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yes.
We're just gonna put that out there.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm sorry, children, for if you saw this. Just don't watch further.
We might get this episode flagged with the clip of what we put in the episode.
What clip did I thought? What did I do for this clip? By the way. Is it as bad as it could have been, or did I try to censor something?
I'm just gonna put it out there. They had to have banned a good chunk of these moves for the damn music show. They had to have if they were gonna promote.
I don't know
shows,
if they ever went on to music shows. They were so new. They might not have.
Oh, don't worry. I think we're okay. I made it as tame as I possibly could.
Thank God,
Not
Sammi.
saying much, but it is as tame as I can.
We'll put it this way, y'all. There's literally like hands in front of the crotch. We got them literally looking like they're dry humping the air. Like
they're
bad.
on all fours,
it's bad.
crawling around and humping.
It's not.
The air.
It's bad.
I hate it.
It's really bad.
That's
the vibe we're getting right now.
There's also performative male gaze lesbianism.
Yes.
There's
we hate
lesbianism purely
surprised
for
by
the
that.
straight man. Yep, love
purely
that.
for the straight man.
Also,
notice we are not talking at all about the song, because the song is elevator music to whatever the fuck is going on.
And it's being filmed in that warehouse set that's
same
always
warehouse.
being used in the tens, in the naughties.
Yes.
That same warehouse set for K-pop. Every single other K-pop idol group used. Whoever owned that is probably made so much money back then. Honestly, making bank probably.
The other thing I will say is much like how I said that the song is elevator music to the concept. Want to know what else is elevator music to the concept? These girls' faces.
Yeah.
Because so often is it just shots of, like, the torso.
Yep.
Or half the face with the mouth
body
showing.
part or something.
Or just like one body. Like, it is...
Never the forehead, though.
Not necessary.
Never the forehead, but just,
face,
like, half the face.
Not necessary.
Yeah.
Body only. Body first.
And it's like, we talked about Stellar before already. This is like Stellar on like a new level of like, on a completely other level of bad and exploitative.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not good.
And like, you would see later on there are groups that are this, but like, that is the concept. They are essentially like burlesque groups, essentially. Like, the one thing that comes to mind to me is like Leisha and all of those groups,
like
which
pseudo
are like
burlesque
doing this
kind of vibe.
Yes, that are doing
at least
this,
costume, pseudo burlesque costume.
Yes, and that's the thing with this, is that that was the vibe from the beginning. We're not masquerading as a K-pop group.
Right.
They are what they are. Everyone's aware of it. That's fine if that's what you choose to do. This still has the guise of a K-pop group, and it appears that like they wanted to be a K-pop group, and I'm like, Did they though? Considering that the group is called 4L, and would you like to know what 4L means?
What does it mean?
4 ladies.
Okay.
Thank you, group.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for telling me that.
No shit, there's 4 ladies in this group.
There's 4 ladies.
And I betcha one of them dropped off sometime after the song was made, probably. Because, that seems to happen.
Like, it's so much. Like these girls would have made more on OnlyFans. They would have.
If OnlyFans existed back then, which I forgot when it was created, probably would have benefited them.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, OnlyFans would have been a much more respectable route for them all to
honestly
have been done.
Yes. Because that at least that would have put this behind a paywall, and they would have actually gotten paid for it.
Seriously. And
honestly, probably
these girls probably didn't get paid. They got paid pennies, if anything, for this.
If pennies. Which is, like, the worst part, because, like, these girls are trying to sing the song, but one, the song is bad.
Yeah.
To actually do the song's bad.
Song bad.
They're trying to whisper sing it to try to make it sexy, and whisper singing is never sexy.
Nope.
Much like how DGNA had the problem of being too loud, this is the problem of being too low.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
trying to
it
make
is.
the voices as low
Really
and
weird.
as small. I think it's because the song
sexy.
doesn't matter. The less, and much like how this is all for the male gaze, the less they speak, probably the better.
Yep.
In terms of the male gaze, in terms of the people that are watching this,
Yep.
it's a lot. It's too much.
It's a lot. It's really bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, we
Yeah.
don't know anything about this group in the way that we know more about Stellar and how they felt about their concept as a group. I would love to know, like, what was going on with them, because I can't imagine that they wanted to do this, like, or this was that their
I don't
desired
imagine.
concept. Yeah.
I feel like they would have probably
can't
had to
imagine
discuss
this
the
was
face
the
of.
dream.
Well, considering they had them like literally rub the hand on the crotch practically here, it's like I feel like most women wouldn't want to do that
Yeah.
in this type of way. It's like if you're gonna do shit like that, you know, there's something called either OnlyFans or, well, nowadays it'd be OnlyFans, or something like, you know, porn. I don't know, you know, which like a lot of people aren't gonna do. So like,
Yeah, and it's just like this group really came out of nowhere and then did not a lot of anything else
Nope.
other than this. So it's
Mhm.
truly like wild to me that they just kind of came and did this one like way pushing the boundaries of like what a sexy concept in K-pop is, and then seemingly just disappeared immediately
disappeared off the
afterwards.
face of the earth.
because that's
for
a
this.
really tiny company
like,
with
oh my
no
God,
money,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah. And this definitely did not get the attention that they were hoping
Absolutely
for.
not.
Well, and there's only one song that we thought was worse than that.
Yep. Oh, what a song this is.
Oh,
boy.
yes.
So
So at number 1,
We have a dirty vibe.
featuring, well, a lot of people,
Yeah, I
but
was like,
mainly
you're gonna go through a
it's
lot
a
of
Skrillex
people.
song with Diplo apparently, and also G-Dragon and CLC are here. So there you go.
So there's a lot of people in this. So
I honestly don't know why
Diplo.
Diplo's here. I'm like confused.
I don't know.
I thought this
yeah,
this
the
market
Diplo-
has a Skrillex song, so that's what's confusing me here. You know.
So this is Skrillex song, and it sounds
Skrillex.
exactly
Sounds
what a
exactly like what you think a
2014
Skrillex song
would-
is.
Yep, especially a early 2014 Skrillex song
Yep.
would sound like. And then you have GD doing a terrible rap,
GD doing
and
GD
then you have
things.
CL doing another terrible rap.
Yep.
And
and
the
holding
main
a bunch
issue
of
is
water
that
guns, thinking she's the most baddest female out there. I mean, it's just a
Because
wall
she
of
can't
water
hold real
guns.
guns.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
And then you just have a beat that is being drilled into my brain, not like a hammer, more like, you know, those like
Like a sledgehammer?
like construction, no, those construction
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer.
jackhammered.
Yep.
You
just
could
into
take
my
my
skull.
pulse right now.
the
It would
beat
feel
is
just like
just-
a jackhammer.
It's
No.
Garbage.
too much. Oh my god,
Garbage.
it's so much, the beat.
Jeez. Yeah, Skrillex had a phase. I mean, most recently, I feel like the one song he actually somewhat redeemed himself on, I would say, would be the Kingdom Hearts 3 opening soundtrack with Utada Hikaru. She's Utada's boss. She boss. Big. Oh god, I love Utada's music, but that's
yeah,
that's like improvement of his dubstep era days because it's more toned down. It makes more sense. But
10
like
years
early
later,
yeah, early Skrillex was a time.
What a
yeah,
time.
no,
2010,
10 years
2011,
later,
2012 Skrillex was a time to be
Oh,
alive.
boy.
I will tell you that.
10 years later, looking back at dubstep, I realized, like, what the
What
fuck
the
were
fuck
we
was
doing?
going
What the fuck
on?
were we listening to at that time? Like, what? Why did we just want to be, like, assaulted
You know what?
by noise?
Honestly, good on Skrillex for capitalizing that shit for a brief period.
I mean,
Get
you
out
know
of
what?
the
I can't
system.
hate someone who made bank, but
You
at
know.
the same time, what
the fuck was
were we
going on
listening
in
to?
music this time?
The
Like,
fuck
oh
was going
god.
on?
Mhm.
I have to think that is what gave us noise music, and then that's where we really
This
fucked them.
really is, like, feels like a precursor to noise music in a way. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
it's too much. And that's what a lot of noise music ends up being, in like a different way, where it's just a lot of like sounds.
Too much.
Where a lot of noise music, I feel like, is characterized by like there are just sounds in the background.
Sounds going on. Yeah, in a weird way, I almost give dubstep a little more credibility.
Yeah.
Because they seem like noises with a... Like, they're all fine together. They all went together. Was it music that I enjoy listening to? No. I also don't like noise music. But, like, does it all kind of make sense together? Sure.
More so than I think current noise music does, yeah.
More so than what noise music does. This kind of is more coherent. But is it good?
No.
No, it might be actually it's worse than most noise music because it's that shitty.
Oh yeah, it is bad.
The choices made.
Yeah, this was an interesting collab. I feel like part of this was to try to get mainly CL onto that Western market.
They tried that so often with CL, and it just did not work every time. Never worked. Yeah.
I mean, what it's giving is trying to capitalize off of Psy.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's the same year that Psy did his collab with Snoop Dogg. It's like K-pop has been open to a Western market.
Yeah, and they're trying to get somebody else into the Western market like Psy is, yeah.
And the thing is, it didn't work for anybody until a couple years later. Because you can't force it.
Because also,
and that's what this feels like.
In a way, we're still very much in the era where K-pop is a joke, because the Gangnam Style and Psy's music is really the only thing that made... Like, that got, like, into the Western audience, like, a lot.
In this era.
And it's, like, everybody else, like, K-pop clearly, like, isn't a joke for most of what it is. So anyone else who's doing, like, I don't know if I want to call this serious music, but, like, actual music, I guess, it's, like, I don't think it's being taken seriously at all.
Traditional pop.
Yeah.
Not the ridiculous, like, K-pop is ridiculous a lot of times. I don't want to say that, but, like... Not in the way that Psy
is, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if Psy would be considered pop. He's just there in his own orbit.
The thing with Psy is that Psy ends up in the K-pop sphere entirely because of his popularity. I think that once you've reached that level of popularity, and especially with the fact that he was under a major K-pop label at the time, currently he has aligned himself with so many like traditional K-pop artists over time. I think he, much like on our best list, how we talked about Epic High.
Yeah.
How Epic High, like, traditionally would not be considered in the K-pop sphere. They're sort of similar in that way of, like, they are just because of their positions.
Yeah.
Another person I think of, and these are all YG artists because I'm thinking about that company, is, like, Acmu.
Yeah.
Traditionally not K-pop in any capacity, but because of...
They're in YG Entertainment.
In YG.
Yeah.
They
were from K-pop Star,
the show. They're from K-pop Star.
Yeah.
They're... All of that stuff kind of like, they're not the most traditional K-pop artists, but are they in it? I think so, because of just time.
And in a weird way, I also feel like Woods is in the position where I don't think Woods is making your traditional K-pop music, but because he was in a K-pop group and then on a survival show, he is just accepted into the wider, like, K-pop audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a very 2014 Skrillex, but also was not the correct way to try to get your, like, the main YG artists into the Western market.
I mean, they tried so much to do things
they really did.
With GD, specifically with GD and CL.
Yeah, so much for the two of them.
Even GD's album from the year prior, Coup d'etat, had some interesting features.
And then you had, like, when did The Leaders come out? When was that their thing? Because that was around this era.
The Leader, what was that again? I'm trying to remember.
That was, like, a weird, like, thing that they did, like, they kept bringing it back. Like, that was, I think, the year before, but, like, that was their collaboration again. They kept doing things together.
It was just a lot of GDCL stuff,
but also, again, I think it is one because they were good friends, but also I think YG had this vision.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ever played out the way he wanted it.
Or the company wanted, yeah.
I feel like we're still in the era where YG, the man, was kind of in control.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that.
I mean, it's his company, technically, so...
And I think I feel like he has a lot less control over the company, but is still very much enjoys being the face of the company.
Well, he has the biggest shareholder stock still. He's on the chairman board. He theoretically doesn't
yeah,
have to
but I don't
as
know if
much.
I don't think, especially now after everything that's happened, he does not have as much power on the day-to-day running.
Yeah. Oh no, of course he doesn't. He's not a CEO anymore.
No, but he enjoys being the face of the company for sure.
It. Oh, he loves it.
He does, of course.
And in this era, I bet you he feels like one that would micromanage, especially his bigger things of like, I want this and this to happen.
Yeah.
And he got everything he wanted, and then he drove his groups into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, honestly.
Yep,
or they did it to themselves.
But I can't think that YG was a good influence on them.
Yeah, honestly.
Not taking out the accountability for many awful, awful people that were in YG Entertainment.
Sorry.
On that lovely
note. That's been the worst songs of 2014, everybody.
Oh, what a time.
What a time indeed. It's weird looking back. First full year of K-pop I paid attention to, and wild shit. Regurgitated some things I completely forgot about too. So, but yeah, wild. That was a time.
Wild stuff, honestly.
That was a time.
Wild. Always wild.
Yep.
So wild, K-pop, I think once you're getting into like year by year, is a wild little niche thing we're into, isn't it?
It definitely is.
Truly.
But that has been the episode. We are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel, and all of our episodes are posted there in clip videos whenever we feel like making them. So, hooray.
Hooray.
And with that, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.